When I was first told that the top search term for my wellness website was bored in bed, I nearly fell over in shock and horror. Can you imagine? All those sexually frustrated people coming to my website looking for tips, but leaving even more frustrated because my website has coping with chronic illness tips, not how to spice up the bedroom tips. Then, helpfully, my SEO genius lifted my mind from the bedroom and helped me to see that people were searching for stuck in bed and bored. Then it all made sense. At the request of a coaching client, I had written an article on 49 things to do when you're stuck in bed and bored. And unbeknownst to me, it had gone viral. I have experienced being bedbound and housebound, both through illness and mobility issues. But in all that time, I wanted to live as well and joyfully as possible. We can be housebound or bedbound for any number of reasons. It could be mobilization difficulties after an injury, a high-risk pregnancy needing bed rest, difficulties of accessible transport or an inaccessible location, depression, grief, or so many different reasons which humans experience. However, I believe that we should not be disabled by our environment, by our architecture, by prejudice, or by austerity. I also believe that we need to do our best and to live as well as possible, as joyfully as possible in whatever situation we find ourselves in, while working to change the meta-injustice. Because living joyfully and surviving is a form of resistance. I also want to challenge the assumption that we need to be working outside the home or non-disabled to change the world. Because, as we can see, Frida Kahlo painted from her bed. Nelson Mandela wrote inspirational work while confined in prison. And we can all access and change the world in our pajamas through the power of the internet. And so, in that vein, I would like to share with you, in what's left of my 5 minutes, some fantastic, fun things to do when you find yourself stuck in bed and bored. You could send a real paper birthday card to a loved one. Best handwriting, please. You could pick up the phone and call your parent or your grandparent or somebody. And yes, they will probably think it is a butt dial to begin, but when they figure out that you actually meant to call them, I'm sure they're going to be really, really happy. You could plan an imaginary road trip. Mine is going to involve a big pile of maps, pink sunglasses, and a fully stocked picnic hamper. How about yours? You could take a class from a world-famous university from your bed for free through Coursera.org. You could listen to an audiobook for free online through projectgutenberg.org. You could read an audiobook, read your favorite audiobook and share your voice with the world for free through projectgutenberg.org. You could write in your journal. You could grow herbs. You could grow veggies on your windowsill. You could grow air plants. You could knit an angel for Angels of Hope, which gives support to people going through chemotherapy. You could knit or crochet a Project Linus quilt for people who are in need. You could come up with your ideal smoothie or milkshake recipe. You could cuddle a darling and delightful animal or a friend, or wrap up in a blanket yourself. You could give yourself a manicure or pedicure. You could call a mobile therapist. And if none of those things are available to you, you could use an online role play to visualize having that manicure or pedicure. And yes, that is something which exists. And you can search YouTube for your favorite. What else could you do? You could craft. You could write something, a list, a love letter, an escape plan. You could write the thing you've always wanted to write and send it to somebody. You could go to Italy or Spain or France for the day. How do you do that? Look at maps, listen to the music, practice the language, eat the food, and that's my time. Thank you.